Well, excuse me. Wasn't exactly the prettiest wins on Saturday, but a win is a win. You've had a couple days now to kind of break it down and think about it. So talk about the game on Saturday and what you guys take out of that game.
I think it was actually a blessing in disguise in that it was nice that we had to battle back through adversity. I don't want to say we took them lightly because that was definitely not it. I think we just came out and we didn't play well in the first half. Between turnovers, we had 3 turnovers, 2 turnover on downs. We had a crucial mistake inside the 10-yard line penalty. We had to settle for a field goal and we missed it. We just, to be honest, we didn't execute. As far as, I think it was nice to battle back for adversity in that we were down at halftime. And coaches were telling us to stout. For the last 3 years, this is the first comeback win that we've had after trailing at halftime. So in a way, that was good. So I think it was nice. It's better, I guess, in battling back as opposed to blowing a team out. And they definitely give them credit. They're players.
Besides having the feeling that you battled back from adversity, anything else like X's and O's that you guys can take out of that that's a benefit?
We just got to execute our offense. Like I said, the turnovers and just missed assignments. We just got to keep blocking better on the perimeter, take care of the ball. Ball security is a big issue, and coaches have been really hyping on us today. And I mean, to be honest, that's just what we got to do. We just got to play better.
We spoke to Coach after the game. He said you guys kind of had a stern lecture there at halftime.
Yeah.
How was the mood there in halftime, and what can you tell us about the inspirational speech that Coach Walsh had?
Well, I think, to be honest, when we came out, I think we were pressing. We were trying to do too much, trying to get too cute. We were expecting to blow these guys out, and then obviously that didn't happen. We were in a dogfight. And at halftime, we were down 10 points. So, Coach gave us a good talk to it, and it was basically the way I took it is, let's wake up, let's play. We're in a dogfight, we got to get going. And I think that we realized, we got to play our best football, and this team can play too. So, I think we just woke up, to be honest.
Is it disappointing that you guys had to wake up? I mean, after all, it's the season opener, the home opener. I mean, you would think that you guys would be fired up and ready to go. So, in the aftermath, I mean, is it disappointing how the guys came out?
I wouldn't say it's disappointing. I think what happened is guys were pressed, and we were trying to do too much. I think, with the ball security, I think once we got kind of rolling, we settled in, we decided doing our jobs, not doing too much, do your job, know your role. People will settle in, and that's when we started moving the ball. Second half, we played phenomenal. I think it looked like we compete with any team in the nation if we play as well as we did in the second half, especially the third quarter, on both sides of the ball.
You say any team in the nation. Well, no disrespect to Humboldt State, but now you're going to face the #1 team in the nation.
Yep.
To step up. Talk about Montana and what you're going to have to do to.
Montana is a phenomenal program. They're always in the title hunt. They're always ranked in the top 5. They can play. They have players. Obviously, I haven't watched too much film on them yet, but I know traditionally they're a great team. I know that their D-line is probably one of the best we'll face all year. I think as long as we come out, we play our football, and not do those turnovers, everyone do mental, know their role, I think, we'll be fine.
What's the meaning of having the #1 team here in the country come to St. Louis, and what's the significance of that?
I'm excited. I hope that Cal Poly, the students, and everyone else rallies around that, and have a good home showing. And I feel like if we play well and we have a chance to beat them, obviously I'm confident we can, and it'll be huge for Cal Poly as a whole.
Last year, when you guys had success at Montana, what kind of things were you able to do to move the ball on them?
We were running the offense well, and that's between the blocks and the quarterback getting the ball to the pitch key, and everyone was doing their part. There wasn't like we were doing one thing really well. You know what I mean? Like everyone was just doing their job, and if everyone does their job, our offense can't be stopped. And we can't have negative plays. We can't turn the ball over. We can't have fumbles, and if we do that, we'll be fine.
Talk about Mark Rogers, because I know he's still kind of learning the system here, and you being a guy who knows the system pretty well. Have you kind of tried to help him along? Talk about some of the things you've tried to do to kind of help him get a vision for this offense.
I'm really trying to take him under my wing, and more, I think David Marr's doing the best job, being the older slot back. Mark is a phenomenal player, and I think we saw a glimpse of that this weekend. He's still got to clean some stuff up though, as far as blocking on the perimeter and that kind of stuff, and that's what the coaches are really going on. And it's a whole new offense to him too. So I think there's going to be a little learning curve, but I have all the confidence in the world in Mark, and I feel like once he gets it down, he'll be a good player.
A majority of players, unless they ran it in high school or something, probably didn't run the triple option for the most part. How hard of a system is it to learn offensively?
There's a lot of counting. You got to know the defense. If you know the defense and the quarterback especially, everyone. It takes a little bit to get used to. I'm kind of lucky in that if I run the track, I don't do too much thinking. We always joke around that it's the easiest position to know on the football field, but it's the hardest to play. So I feel for the skill guys and the perimeter, it's a little more challenging as far as recognizing all the fronts and so forth.
Awesome.
Hey, Jake, one thing that's always intrigued me about your position is how do you know if you're going to get the football on that dive?
To be honest, I don't. The quarterback's going to make me right. We all have rules and stuff, and with our dive keys and all that kind of stuff, and I'm just going to do a soft squeeze kind of through it. The quarterback gives me the ball, then I lower my shoulders and I'm getting as many yards as I can.
It's still intriguing to me, though. But I mean, is it in your belly, do you know? And when do you know that you've got to grip down and hang on to that thing?
Well, it takes a lot of practice, to be honest. And I will say, my first year when I switched from a linebacker to fullback, it took a little getting used to. But the ball is in the stomach, and the quarterback is going to yank it as hard as he can, basically, and to pull it. And I'm not squeezing hard until I'm through the mesh, and I know I have the ball, and then I will clamp down on it, and then lower your shoulders and run.
How are you physically different this year than last year?
By end of last year, I was playing around 215. This year, I've got 15 more pounds on me. I did a lot more conditioning. If that goes apart with what Dave's doing in the training room. Trying to get bigger. I've gotten more muscle, faster. It's kind of almost a whole other person, to be honest, is how I feel. And as long as I stay healthy, it'll be good.
Are you happy with your playing weight? Is this where you want to be?
I am indeed. I definitely, by end of the year, last year I came into camp around 220, a little over 220, and by end of the year, like I said, I was down to 215, almost 210 at one point. And I mean, it's just hard to kind of keep on weight. And if I can keep on weight, especially with how we run the triple option between Jordan and I, it's important. And I feel like 230 for me is a good playing weight because I feel like I'm still fast enough, and those extra pounds definitely add up in the pile and stuff, trying to push the pile.
When you'd mentioned the halftime speech or lecture, whatever you want to call it, from Coach Walsh, is there a player or two, either in the locker room or on the sidelines, that was kind of doing a similar kind of thing?
Oh, definitely.
With you guys?
That's definitely Will Mitchell and Marty Muhammad are definitely the leaders of this team, and they were definitely getting everyone fired up and stuff in the locker room. They said, that's not how we play, cowboy football, and those are definitely our vocal leaders, and that's every day in and out of practice, and obviously on Saturday when everyone needed to get picked up, they were the first ones there before Coach Wallace got into the locker room, and then obviously Coach Wallace talked to us, and we woke up.